Welcome back to Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined by Patricia Jones Rillera. She is the Executive Director in Los Angeles and Ventura of MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Thank you.
Just
thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you
That's
for
all I
having
can
me.
say. I mentioned to you that almost 30 years ago, I drove drunk once.
Yes.
It was the most unnerving situation I ever faced. I swore I would never do it again, and I haven't.
Well, that's a good thing
Yeah.
because that's a good message to get out
Right.
to your viewers, is because it's not so much the fact that you would drink or not
Right.
drink, is to drink responsibly. And
Yeah, I
so-
wasn't drinking responsibly. I did not get pulled over. I did not cause a car accident, but it was really unsettling, and it has stayed with me in a good way.
Right. Well, I think that's that level of self-responsibility in that you recognize that you were in a
Right.
state that you shouldn't drive, and you didn't like the way it felt, and you didn't do it again. I think that's being socially responsible. And so that's part of the message as we talk about not drinking and
And
driving.
I would have presumed that over the last 30, 40 years, with MADD being so prolific and just the campaigns are so clear, that DUI numbers would be dropping, that injuries due to DUI would be dropping, and they're not.
Well, for the first time in 6 years, the numbers have gone up. And so the number of people who are drinking and driving is up by 5%, and that's nationally. So you're absolutely right in the fact that MADD for 30 years really has been the top
Right.
nonprofit
No question.
that really has promoted this whole idea of not drinking and driving.
What's been so difficult for those of us that live in the Los Angeles area is we
Yes.
don't have effective public transportation.
Yes.
You know, when I lived in Washington, D.C., when I lived in New York, wow, I mean, easy peasy. But in LA, it's not as easy, although with these new companies, you know, Uber, if I can say that out loud, I mean, it's a little easier now.
It's becoming easier, but you're right. I think that's the difference. Because a lot of people often say, well, in Europe, you know, they drink so much more, and, you know, why is it so different here in America? Well, the difference is they use public transportation in Europe, and we don't do that so much. And you're absolutely right. Here in Los Angeles County, no, we don't use
But there's
public
no excuse to drink.
There's no-
It's just it.
No,
There's
there's no excuse.
No excuse.
And so let me share
Please.
some statistics with
Please.
your listener, with your viewers.
Right, please.
Nationally, 10,322 people were killed in drunk driving crashes in 2012, and those are the latest statistics. So what that equates to is one person every 51 minutes.
And what's so scary is often the person killed is not the person who was drinking and driving.
Exactly.
I've heard this
Exactly.
crazy statistic, if you're drunk, your body's looser or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and so you kill someone else.
Exactly. And oftentimes walks away with minimal
Right.
injuries or whatever. Here in Los Angeles, and let me just talk about a little bit this past year, there were 1,520 DUI arrests in LA County, December 13th through December 25,
12 days.
12 days in 2013. So just think about that. So what we like to tell the public is we're not saying not to drink, because there are a lot of social opportunities where you go out and drink. Well, we're asking to do it responsibly too. If you feel at any point that you cannot drive, call a taxi,
You know what,
call
too?
a friend.
I mean, now you can get these DUI meters that would, you know, where you can blow in yourself and see if you're inebriated. I mean,
Well, you can, or if you get, one of the new pilots that we have at MADD here in Los Angeles County is for first-time DUI offenders,
Right, oh, right.
the ignition interlock device, which is now mandatory in your cars, which you blow into, and if you're over the blood alcohol level 0.08, your vehicle is not going to start. So there are technologies that MADD has been really involved with that will prevent you from doing it, but self-monitoring does make the difference.
thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. Her name is Patricia Jones Rillera. She is the Executive Director of MADD in the Los Angeles area. I'm Brad Pomerance. It's Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.